Like our brands, sometimes they sell the ticket $2.
Crazy good.
Yeah. Are you seeing it in a parking lot? Where are you?
It's too expensive to go.
Smuggle your own like popcorn.
Hide in your jacket, you know.
So I'm just a little chunky.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. First thing that comes to my mind is the fruit.
Grocery shopping.
Yeah, grocery shopping in general in Asia is crazy more expensive than in Europe. Like crazy. It doesn't even like make sense to go grocery shopping here because you can eat for the same price outside.
It's even cheaper in the restaurant sometimes.
Yeah.
I miss eating food, like fruit. I miss.
Right now, I just eat bananas because that's, you know.
Yeah.
They're the cheapest one here. Apple? No way.
I love apples, but I can't eat apples here. Yeah.
Well, compared to here, I would say beef is cheaper there.
Oh yeah.
In Italy would be like Italian food. In Italy, you can find pizza for like €5 if you have like the basic one. But here, like I think the cheapest one would be like around 10,000 won.
Actually, in Korea it's also very expensive. All the dairy, like cheese.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy.
The quality is not the same.
Another thing, I would say that coffee in Brazil is a little bit cheaper too.
Even like espresso, 4,000 won. But in Italy, you can have it for like €1.50.
Even eggs are quite cheap. I mean, in Korea they're not too expensive, but yeah.
Tuna is so
Tuna is crazy
expensive.
here.
America fast food is like twice the price nowadays.
Really?
Yeah.
Are they trying to make people eat less fast food? Is that why?
I think it's just inflation. The minimum wage went up a lot. It used to be like $9, $10 an hour. Now it's like 15 to 20.
Okay.
wow.
Just the burger's probably like $6, $7.
But that's not that much.
It used to be 2 Big Macs for $5.
Oh, that was so cheap.
Okay, usually that cheap. I was like,
I would say like €5 or something.
450, but I think now it's more like 5-6 euros. Not sure.
I think it's around 6. Yeah, 5, 6.
Mexico also sick.
Oh, I thought it would be cheaper in there.
Yeah, I mean, I think it should considering our.
Your
You know.
minimum wage must be lower,
Exactly,
right?
exactly. But yeah, it's not.
so it's not fast food, it's a luxury meal.
Yeah.
423.
Oh.
I'm kind of surprised because I thought that the US would have the most expensive one.
Especially since you say
Yeah, I
double the
thought so.
price. Yeah.
I didn't expect to be the highest because they're like minimum wage, at least in Spain and in Italy.
I think for like fast food, it's a little bit expensive. Especially it's not even like the set menu, but it's only like the burger. It's not that big.
How is it going here?
Yeah, I don't know like how thick it is. So yeah.
In Mexico, we were the number 1 in obesity in kids. So now the new president, it was during the whole like many years trying to combat like how we get like a little bit more slim because Mexico we eat like really fatty food. So it was super cheap to buy that kind of stuff. But now the government like increased the prices of putting like double, triple, so people stop eating.
Does it work?
Sometimes, like in certain products, it works eating McDonald's, but now you still have like the Maruchan, that is like the ramen, more and even worse. Like doesn't have anything for your health.
I mean, if you want to eat a lot, I guess you can just like keep eating like anything cheap. Like if it's not McDonald's.
But it still requires more effort than just spending $3.
In some parts, in some areas, there's like the kids want or his food. Buy him a McDonald's, and it doesn't have like the time of cooking and everything because it's more cheaper to.
So never bought like an iPhone like from like no, I cannot do that.
I think the cheapest place is definitely going to be the States.
Yeah.
I think it was like 1.3.
$1,000.
Yeah, $1,000.
Maybe in Europe it's 1.5.
Yeah, 1.5, 1.4, I think.
I think Brazil is going to be the most expensive here. I think it's just the taxing. I think it's almost $2,000.
Oh, really?
Who can afford that in Brazil?
Only very rich people, because if you think about like minimum wage in Brazilian money, that's almost like 10 times a minimum wage.
iPhone, and if you don't care a lot about picture and your phone, I think they would get like some kind of Chinese brand like Huawei and Xiaomi. Some sometimes even Samsung. So yeah.
We use pretty a lot of like Chinese brands.
Same, I believe so.
I think also depend of your like circle. It depends. Like I study art, so a lot of people use like MacBooks and Apple for like commodity.
So you get the phone that goes with it, so it's easier to link everything.
Exactly.
I think 1,300.
Brazil, I would say 1,900.
Mexico will say maybe 1.3 or 1.7.
That's a big
No, it's
$400.
okay. Actually, you can buy it in Tepito like for $100. Okay, in Tepito, that is like an area in Mexico when people like stole the things and they just sell it. It's cheaper in Mexico and Tepito.
I would say 1.4 or 1.5.
In dollars? In dollars or
In
euros?
dollars?
Maybe 1.5.
It's
Okay, then
slightly
maybe
higher.
1.5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Must be similar.
So almost 2,000, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
We are very
Pretty
similar.
similar.
Yeah, very similar. Like makes sense that Mexico and the States are similar. I think the difference is the tax only.
But the Brazil.
Yeah,
why?
crazy
Why is it so
expensive.
It's really crazy. It makes no sense.
So what phone do you usually buy in Brazil?
I think some people use Samsungs, but also like Motorola.
Nokia?
Nokia.
Really?
They still have Nokia.
They still this?
No, but there are different versions of Nokias these days. They evolved, guys. They evolved. And just like other Chinese brands too.
Starbucks.
Tall latte.
For $4, yeah, like 4.5 maybe in Mexico because we are a little bit more expensive.
I think around $4 should be.
I think Brazil's a little bit cheaper than that. I think 2.5.
Oh,
wow.
the half of us?
Yeah, but I think it's still expensive for Brazil.
I was about to say, compared to what they earn, yeah. I would have say like €4 for a latte because it's not the basic one.
The actual call should be like 2 and something for that. It's not even like the big one. So, but of course, like for Brazil standards, it's still kind of expensive. So,
Like most people don't even earn minimum wage. So in reais, it's 1,400, which should be $250.
A month?
It's like a quarter of a rent in Spain.
So that's why like 2.5, it's 10% of your.
It's huge.
Like who would spend 10% of your money to buy a coffee?
Oh my god.
why is Italy so cheap? Oh,
French so
French
expensive.
is so expensive.
Not many people actually go to Starbucks. And if it's Paris price, it's much higher. It's maybe like 10 to 20% higher than the rest of France. Even franchise, they have different prices and events sometimes.
I think it's because like we have a lot of like coffee culture in Italy. It's like really expensive because we can have like almost $1, $2 coffee in just a random cafe in Italy. So why should I spend like in Starbucks? So I think maybe it's because of that.
I think France in general is more expensive.
When I was like in middle school or high school, I would say like coffee was quite cheap, like affordable. But nowadays, even if I go with my friends, if I go back to France, it's still like 4 or 5 euros. And that sounds crazy to me. It's just literally a cup with coffee. 2 liters.
I think it will be maybe like cheaper in Mexico.
We raise the prices, but it's still maybe it's cheaper than yours.
I think it's like $3.
Oh, really? I would say like 2 euros.
2 to 3 euros, yeah.
$2.50, $2.99 maybe.
Maybe $1.5.
I think the smaller one is like $1.50 for us right now.
But actually, like you told me that they have different Coke in Mexico.
The cane. It's because we use the sugar. The sugar is different.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
2.50.
1.8. Okay, yeah.
Why is it Italy cheaper?
It's all pretty much the same
But it's
price.
similar,
then-
yeah. US is the most expensive one.
Something's going wrong.
I have a question. In Europe, do you have like the Coke of 3 liters or 4?
No. 4 liters Coke? How do you carry?
It's when you go to a party and they say like you bring the big one.
You need the whole family, like.
Okay, it was 3 liters.
But still, it's a lot.
Oh, that's expensive.
We have a promotion in Mexico. Like our brands, sometimes they sell the ticket even in $2.
Oh, wow.
So you can go to the cinema. Like every Wednesday, they sell it on $2.
In Spain, like Wednesday are the cheap day to go.
We also have it like for students or something.
Yeah.
There in some days there are some kind of discounts.
But from what I remember, it used to be like around 10 euros. Now it's like almost 12 to 15. Depends on the place. It's so expensive. A family thing anymore. It's too much. It's too expensive.
The prices are so high that it's like a luxury to go to the cinema. It's around like 8 to 10.
Last time I remember adult prices were like $12 to $14. So that's what when you said, I was like,
€2 is crazy good.
Yeah. Are you seeing it in a parking lot? Where are you?
2 and 2 free, or 2, 3 and 1 free, or kids enter for free. So
But what is the price without discount?
$5.
Oh,
so
that's still
That's still
cheap.
cheap.
Mexico 4, yeah.
It's too expensive to go.
Oh my gosh, you don't go to the cinema.
You have to smuggle your own like popcorns.
You hide in your jacket, you know?
You just tape it
put
around
it
your
like-
body
yeah.
and wear a big jacket. Look, so I'm just a little chunky.
It's my perfume.
So I'm a little sweaty.
I think in my country we have a lot of pork. I think Brazil is gonna be cheap.
I kind of think so too.
And I guess US the most expensive one.
I don't think so. I think it's Europe.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like Europe.
But pork is one of the cheapest meat we can buy here in France, I think. You can eat a lot of things in pork.
In Spain must be chicken.
Yeah, chicken.
Oh,
Chicken
yeah.
is
I think that still USA is going to be in the middle or in like the top 3 maybe. At least in Mexico, when it's like, it's come from USA, it's like, oh, it's more pricey.
Maybe Mexico might be the cheapest too. Yeah, we use more beef.
In Mexico is a lot of meat and beef and everything, so maybe between us it's going to be the cheapest.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Wow, yeah, you were the cheapest.
Oh wow, that was surprising.
Wow, I didn't expect that. Why Italy is so...
USA. We finally have something good.
We have a lot of rules to protect, to try to make the conditions of the animal lives better, so it makes it more expensive to produce. And we have less land, so it's more expensive to have a lot of animals.
Chicken?
Chicken.
Oh, chicken will be cheaper, so it will be around like...
I still think Brazil's cheapest.
Yes,
I think USA is after that.
maybe I will be lower than USA because we eat a lot of chicken.
Chicken's like soul food, and we have fried chicken.
Yeah, fried chicken.
I think Brazil, US, Mexico, Europe.
And then yeah,
And then Europe.
And then Europe.
French, maybe the expensive.
Yeah, from what I remember, it's not that cheap. It used to be cheap, but it's not that cheap. The way also the type of chicken, if you just buy like pieces or the whole one.
Usually in Italy, chicken is less expensive than pork. So I guess maybe it will be like 2.5.
Yeah,
Brazil
€4
is
that
so
makes sense. Brazil is so cheap.
Brazil's so cheap. Mexico and US did switch.
Like if you go to different parts of Brazil, like prices vary a lot.
Oh my
god.
So expensive.
In Spain, I think is that we have like cards, like transportation cards. You don't like pay, one by one. It was 2.5.
I think it would be like similar to Spain, so it would be around like $2.5, $3 maybe, I think.
I'm not from Paris, so I have no idea. I just know it's very expensive and that it keeps rising every year. I would say it's same, like 2.5 euros or €2, so around $3.
I'm from LA as well, so I'm not sure about New York, but just taking a wild guess. From what I've heard, I think it's like $150.
Oh, that's not bad. For me, I'm just taking as a reference São Paulo from 7 years ago. So I would say it's at least $1, but I think it's more than that now.
You're taking like, let's say I'm going to say like 0.8 or $1. That's my guess.
That would be a dream.
Spain 20 years ago.
Oh my god.
Oh.
That's the price of high school lunch.
It's so expensive.
I think in Spain it's higher than that. I think it passes the €2.
Oh, in Mexico City, yeah, it's more cheap because they want to people, just like here, they want to use the
Public
transportation.
But still, Paris is like 2.5.
That's super expensive.
Yeah, it's pretty expensive, I would say.
I don't use public transportation because in my city, Querétaro, and in Querétaro is more cars. You don't see like bus stops. You move in a pickup because it's for working, and a lot of people has pickup. So it depends a lot of in Mexico. Where are you?
I think in Italy it's pretty common to go around with bus. I lived many years like in Venice, so there is no buses there, but only like boats.
In Spain too, like public transportation is good in Spain, even though it's getting expensive and expensive and expensive every year.
I will say, since it's such a challenge to park your car, you better take public transportation.
Yeah.
So you can drop your car and then take the public transportation right in front of the parking. So I believe that many people actually take buses or subway or tramway.
In New York, everyone's taking the public transportation because it's easier. Same thing, no parking, small space. But like for the rest of America, especially like LA, everyone's driving. Everyone has a car, taxi or Uber, but mostly everyone just drives around.
I would say in Brazil, like for big cities like Rio and São Paulo, it's a mix of cars and public transportations because they do have like a decent public transportation system. But for other towns, they don't necessarily have it. People use cars or even like motorbikes.
Europe is so expensive.
I just realized too.
But honestly, I think that even though Europe is expensive, I'm still surprised by some prices of Brazil, even though I expect it to be much less.
I think especially these days, because of the inflation and everything, is the prices are really out of this world. Because it's really surprising. I went back recently and I didn't see that much difference with Korean prices. But I was like, how do people live here?
I've never like put that much attention as we have euros. Oh yeah, if we go to Asian countries, it's like way cheaper for us. But I've never like thought reverse.
Today we compared some prices between 6 different countries.
If you like the video, please like, subscribe and comment down below.
We will see you next time. Bye.